Chapter 6.2. This is not 9. 6.2. Okay, equation. Okay, solving equation of the form ax plus b equals c. Okay, here's an example. Here's an equation. 3w minus 5 is equal to 16. So when you solve this equation, solve means find the value of w so that the equation will be true. So in this case, 3w is together with minus 5. This is minus 5, right? So if this minus 5, then you can get rid of this minus 5 by adding the opposite of this number, negative 5. What's the opposite of this negative 5? That is 5, right? So add the opposite of negative 5, which is 5. So add 5 to each side. Then this 2 becomes 0, right? 0. So what we have is 3w. 3w is equal to 21. Then what is the next step? Okay, now 3 is multiplied by, w is multiplied by 3. Now 3w is what? It's a product, right? This is a product. This is the product. And we call this 3 a coefficient, right? Coefficient. So in that case, we will divide each side. Divide each side by what? Divide each side by the coefficient. Or you can multiply each side by the reciprocal of the coefficient. Make sense? So here you can divide each side by the coefficient so that 3 over 3 becomes 1, right? 1. So it will be w is equal to 7. Or you can multiply each side by what? The reciprocal of 3. So the coefficient is 3. The coefficient is 3, right? Coefficient is 3. So the reciprocal of the coefficient will be 1 over 3. So you can multiply each side by 1/3. So 3 over 3, 1 over 3 times 3 becomes 1. So this is w equals 21 multiplied by 1/3 is 21 over 3. So that is 7. Okay, so when we solve an equation that has this form, 3w plus, ax plus b equals c, then what do? Get rid of, this is together with the, w is together with addition and subtraction, and w is also with a product, a number. Then first get rid of plus or minus, and then get rid of the coefficient. Okay, let's solve this equation. Okay, this equation has two variable terms for m and m. So why don't we simplify these two first? So 4 plus m means 5, right? 4 plus 1, so 5. So this is 5m minus 7 is equal to 8. So now the left-hand side of the equation has two variables, two terms. One is 5m minus 7. So m is together with 5 and minus 7. So if you have this expression, then always get rid of the plus and minus. Okay, remove plus or minus first. Then remove the coefficient. So what we do is, since this is a minus 7, add the opposite of negative 7, so which is 7, right? So add 7 to each side. Then we got 5m equals 8. Sorry, 5m is equal to 15. And then what do we do next? Now this is a product. 5m is a product. So we can divide each side by what? The coefficient 5. Divide each side by the coefficient 5. So m is equal to 3. So this is the solution. So if m equals 3, then the left-hand side of the equation will be 8. Right. Can you see it? So what we did is, let me write the step. So here we just combine the like terms. We combined the like terms. Okay. And then from here, what we did is we add the opposite of -7, right? Which is 7. And then from here, divide each side by what? By the coefficient. Or you can multiply the reciprocal of the coefficient to each side. Doesn't matter. Okay, then let's try. Okay, actually, this is not hard because we already did similarly in chapter 2. Okay, now let's try word question. Okay, this application problem. Okay, there's an equation given. So the value of a new car, let's see, is the price of a new car, and every year the value of the new car will be decreased, decreased by $4,500. So the equation looks like this. So V is the current value after T years, and C is the original value. So after how many years will the original value of the car, which is $39,000 value car, will be worth $25,500? So that means the original value of the car, $30,900, will be the value of C, and then the worth $25,500, that means the value of the V. And then we are looking for how many years? So we are looking for T. So there are two values. In this equation, there are three variables, V, C, and T. And the values for V and C are given. So let's plug in all these values. So V is 25,500. So this is the value after T years, value of the car after T years, and the original cost of the price of the price of the car is $30,009. So let me write the equation first. So in order to solve this, V is equal to 4,500 T. So this is the equation, and then plug in all the values. So V is 25,500. Then C is 39,000. Then minus 4,500 T. So from here, let's find T. Then T will be the number of years. Where the car value becomes $25,500. Then what do we do next? Okay, now T is on the right hand side, and T is together with what? 39,000. So why don't we subtract each side? This time, subtract 39,000 each side. Okay, let me write it in the second line. So the left hand side, so use a scratch paper so that you can divide 39, subtract 39,000 minus 25,500. Then 0, 29,000, sorry, this is 29,000. So this was 0, 0, 5, borrow 1, and then borrow 1, right? So, and then minus 5 is 4, so it'll be 3, and then 3,000, so, and then 1, right? So the left hand side is negative, so this is negative 13,500. And the right side is this 2 becomes 0, so minus 4,500 t. So from here, we want to find t, and then let me remove this one. So what do we do? We just subtract each side by what? The coefficient. So what's the coefficient of, okay, t is together with 4,500. So this is a product. So you can divide each side by the coefficient, 4,500, negative 4,500. So the right side becomes just t. The right side is t, right? And then the left hand side is, okay, you divide this, then it will be 3 times 4, 12 is 15, right? So that is 3. So the value of t is 3. Okay, 3 means it takes 3 years. You know, after 3 years, the value of the car will be dropped down to $25,500. So it takes 3 years. Okay, so when you solve an equation, make sure to find the values of each variable and then substitute those values for those variables, and then simplify and then find the solution. Okay, so there will be only one variable left, so the equation will finally have one variable, and then solve for that variable. In this case is t, right? T. Alright, so this section is really simple. It didn't take much. So please try to solve as many questions as possible in the exercise.